would Mary have said if you had asked her late that first Christmas Eve after everything had sort of settled down and she was getting ready for bed? What if you had turned to her and said, Mary, what are you thinking about? Well, I would like to suggest to you that while we don't know exactly what it was she was thinking about, a couple of things she may have thought about, that she may have pondered. And the first one of those two is that she may have wondered, I would like to suggest, why they had to make this trip to Bethlehem. To undertake the journey to Bethlehem as they had would have been a long, torturous affair for a pregnant woman, especially a woman probably in her 8th month of pregnancy, even halfway through the 8th month perhaps. And she had to make this long journey from way up north in Israel, up in Galilee, where they lived at the village of Nazareth, south by 150 kilometers, or about 90 miles, walking distance from Nazareth to Bethlehem. Now, that's a long trip, especially when you're going over hills up and down. I've been through that area many times, and of course, driving by bus, it's about a 3-hour trip. But here they were walking on foot, a distance that would be comparable from Teulon here to McGregor, Manitoba, from Nazareth to Bethlehem, at about 30 kilometers a day, which is probably the maximum they would have been able to walk. It would have been at least, at a minimum, a 5-day trip, perhaps even a 6-day trip. And you can imagine how very difficult this would have been for a woman in her 9th month of pregnancy. And on top of the distance, it also can get quite cold there in Israel, depending on what time of year it would be, and sleeping outdoors as they would have had to probably most nights. It would have been a very, very challenging journey.